Imagine if I told you that after World War II ended, the United States secretly brought hundreds of Nazi scientists into the country, not as prisoners, but as assets, men who had worked for Hitler, men connected to war crimes, and yet they were given new identities, new lives, and a second chance in America. This wasn't a rumor, this wasn't a conspiracy theory, this was real, and it was called Operation Paperclip. At the end of World War II, the world was in chaos. Nazi Germany had fallen, but something even bigger was about to begin: the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union were now in a race, not just for power, but for knowledge. Both sides knew one thing: German scientists were years ahead in technology, rockets, weapons, aviation. They had built things the world had never seen before, and whoever captured these minds would control the future. The Soviets moved fast. They began taking German scientists back to Russia. The United States realized they were falling behind, so they made a decision, a controversial one. Instead of punishing these scientists, they would recruit them secretly. The program began in 1945. Its goal was simple: bring German scientists to America and use their knowledge to win the Cold War. But there was a problem. Many of these scientists were not just engineers, they were members of the Nazi Party. Some were even linked to war crimes. Bringing them into the U.S. was illegal. It went against everything America claimed to stand for. So the government found a way around it. They cleaned their records. Backgrounds were rewritten. Files were altered. Any connection to Nazi crimes quietly erased. These scientists were given new identities and brought into the United States under military protection. One of the most famous among them was Wernher von Braun, a brilliant rocket scientist. He had worked on Germany's V-2 rockets, weapons that caused massive destruction during the war. But in America, he became something else entirely. He became a hero. Von Braun would go on to play a key role in NASA's space program. His work helped the United States land a man on the moon. The same man who once built weapons for Hitler was now helping America win the space race. But behind this success was a dark truth. Many of the technologies developed by these scientists had been built using forced labor. Prisoners from concentration camps were made to work under brutal conditions. Thousands died. And yet, in America, these scientists were welcomed, protected, even celebrated. The public knew nothing. For years, Operation Paperclip remained a secret. The American people believed their scientists were heroes, not former enemies. But slowly, the truth began to leak. Documents were uncovered. Historians started asking questions, and what they found shocked the world. The U.S. government knowingly brought in individuals with ties to the Nazi regime, not by accident, but by choice. Why? Because in the Cold War, knowledge was power, and morality came second. Operation Paperclip wasn't just about science, it was about survival. The fear of the Soviet Union was so strong that America was willing to compromise its own values. It raises a difficult question: was it justified? On one hand, these scientists helped the U.S. advance rapidly. They played a major role in building rockets, missiles, and space technology. Without them, America might have lost the space race. On the other hand, justice was never served. Many of these men lived comfortable lives in the United States. They were never held accountable for their past, their crimes, buried under layers of secrecy. Even today, Operation Paperclip remains one of the most controversial chapters in American history. It shows us that history is not always black and white. Sometimes the line between right and wrong becomes blurred. The United States won the Cold War. It reached the moon. It became a global superpower. But the question still remains: at what cost? Because behind every great achievement, there is often a story that was never meant to be told. And Operation Paperclip is one of those stories.